So my next guest has been in real estate for almost 2 decades, and he has his own real estate firm in New York City, which is not an easy thing to do. Pej Barlavi is with us, and Pej, it is so nice to have you with us. What is it like in the housing market in New York City? I can only imagine. You talk about stress, huh?
Well, I love it, so there's no stress on my end, but for buyers and sellers, definitely, I see it day in, day out.
So what's the market like in New York City? Because I'm sure it's like Boston. It's hot right now. It's hard to find.
Very hot.
Yeah.
Amazing. I mean, everything that we're in contract for is over asking, which is driving me nuts.
Isn't that amazing?
It is, and for on the buyer's broker side, it's just, it feels like sometimes you're not doing your job, trying to get the best price for your customers, and at the end, it's, they're buying it over asking.
So, rentals are averaging what in New York City right now for a one-bedroom?
For a one-bedroom in a doorman building, you're looking around $3,150, $3,200 a month, and that's like a 700 square foot apartment.
Isn't that amazing? I had a friend who was living in the West Village in an old police barracks, an old police station building, which was a very funky, fabulous. It was one of the smallest apartments I've ever been in, and she was paying close to $3,000 for this place. You walk in, and it was just all there. Very small with a little step up. It was kind of cute that it did have a little step up, and one big window in the middle. That was it. And then you go up these scary side steps like a ladder to a tiny loft.
I've seen those before.
Yeah, and she loved it. She felt like she was just nestled into her little, a little safe haven in New York City. But, I mean, I couldn't believe she paid that much for it. Obviously,
Frankie,
neighborhoods.
But it is. That's exactly what I was going to say, Frankie. It's one of the most amazing neighborhoods, West Village.
Yeah, it's a great neighborhood. It's such a safe, wonderful... She was right across the street from the Donna Karan building and, right there in the heart of everything. So, where are we, in your opinion, with real estate? Because New York and Boston are really not, and San Francisco are not the norm. The rest of the country, is booming, or what's happening? Where are we right now?
Well, the three markets that you just named, there's always a demand for it. So our prices remain high. San Francisco is still one of the most expensive cities to live in.
Yes.
New York is in the top 10. Boston, the same thing. But as a whole in the country, it has gone up a couple of percent in the last 6 months or so. We do see a national trend moving up. So I look forward to a positive market this summer.
Do you think, is it when you have a market like New York, San Francisco, Boston, do you buy, or do you stay if you can afford it, or do you just rent until things settle down? Because it just seems to me, I have a friend who bought in this building that I'm renting in, that I live in. She bought a few years ago, and she did not make any money for her unit. She actually lost some money, not a lot. She lost a lot, but she bought at the height of the market, and then when they sold it, it was not at the height of the market, so she didn't get. And it took a long time for the unit to move, and it was a gorgeous unit, but it just was very highly overpriced. So, where are we today? Are we at a place where, and I don't want to use New York, Boston, San Francisco, but other markets, it's more negotiable, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
And do we want to rent if we can, or do we want to own, or do we want to rent?
Well, the mentality for Americans is to own. I mean, if you've made it, the theory is if you own your home, you've made it. And it's really not that. If you go outside of the country, it's not like that. But why throw your money into somebody else's pocket and you're not earning anything, you don't have anything to show for it? So when you're renting, you're lining the pocket of somebody else, that landlord. Meanwhile, you could have that same rent in New York. Right now, the $3,000, $3,500 a month is the same mortgage as about $600,000-$700,000 mortgage. So buying something and paying that into that equity, building up that equity into your own apartment is, in my opinion, better, safer.
Yep. Safer, yeah. If I gave you you've been doing this for a while, so if I gave you the crystal ball, where are we going to be in another 5 years?
The market's going to go up. I think as it's slowly inching up back to where we were when the real estate market fell so drastically. We're inching up, and I think in 5 years you're going to see a strong market again. You're going to see a lot of apartment buildings being built in New York. There's been a lot of new developments happening and licenses going out for new developments. So I think the outlook is really good. Right now it's a seller's market, so if you're really thinking about selling your home or apartment, is a good time to do it, especially in the markets that you named. Inventory is extremely low. That's why everything is going over asking.
So if someone wanted to spend a few months in New York City this spring, early summer, can they get a sublease at a decent rate for a studio?
For a studio, we do work with a lot of short-term. My firm handles a lot of celebrities that come in and out of New York, and so the high-end market short-term, a studio or a one-bedroom, you're looking at probably $4,000 to $5,000 a month.
Yeah. Unbelievable. It just really is extraordinary. Boy, it's amazing. All right, what's the best website for more information about you and your company, Pej?
BarlaviRealty.com. That's BarlaviRealty.com.
Thanks so much for being with us today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you, Frankie, for having me today.
All of
pleasure talking to you.
Thank you all for being with us. This has been another edition of the Frankie Boyer Show. Make it a great day, everybody, and smile.